this was allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right. I'll say alleged, but we know. Yeah, she hit it before Beyonce. See, I'm not a reader. Like, this is not necessarily a book that I would read.
Period. Jay and I come from nothing together. My cousin Clark Kent, we're gonna be all the way real. Everybody must say this, but Clark Kent is the reason why we are all on, and that is my blood cousin. So,
Foxy Brown, how you feel about the news that broke that, you know, she might testify against Keefe D?
Well, I knew Foxy was out there with Zipman. And the story that I heard is that when Keefe D and them saw Tupac and them, they told Zip and them they was gonna go holler at those dudes. Zip and them went one way and Keefe D and them went the other way.
Art, you know, I was asking you over there, what does it feel like to be this successful and this famous? You're 19 years old. What would that be like?
Thank you. It's a blessing from God, that's all I say. It's a blessing. I just happen to be fortunate and, you know, and talented, yeah. And I just have to use it to the best. Thank you. And use it to my best of my ability. Thank you. So,
Foxy Brown is finally speaking out, and what she's revealing about her relationship with Jay-Z is nothing short of shocking. After years of being silenced and feeling exploited, Foxy is ready to share her side of the story, and trust me, the details will leave you stunned. Let's dive deep into the explosive truth that Jay-Z allegedly never wanted the world to know. Foxy Brown was just 15 years old when she broke into the rap scene, showcasing her raw talent and fierce ambition. By the age of 16, she was already collaborating with some of the biggest names in hip-hop. That's when she crossed paths with Jay-Z. At the time, Jay-Z was a rising star, riding the momentum of his debut album Reasonable Doubt. The year was 1995, and Jay was already making serious moves in the industry. Meanwhile, Foxy was young, hungry, and incredibly talented, ready to take the world by storm. Together, their partnership seemed unstoppable, but behind the scenes, things weren't as glamorous as they appeared.
now, what the hell am I gonna see in this record that's gonna just destroy you? So he's like, okay, why don't we just talk about real life? I was like, give me 20 minutes. He was like, what? I was like, give me 20 minutes. He was like, it's so arrogant. I was like, lock me in a room, give me 20 minutes. But wait, give me a Sprite and a pizza box, and I'll go in the next room.
Here's where things get interesting. In 1995, Jay-Z noticed Foxy Brown's talent and decided to feature her on his track Ain't No Ninja. At the time, Foxy was just 16 years old, rapping about relationships, money, and some rather explicit topics pretty bold for someone her age, wouldn't you agree? Following the track, Foxy's star began to rise, and Jay-Z continued to support her career. They collaborated on more songs, and Foxy quickly became a prominent figure in the rap game. But here's where the questions start to emerge. Was their relationship strictly professional, or was there something else happening behind the scenes?
Thank you. And use it to my best of my ability. Thank you.
So it is 16 years old is when you started?
I started at 16. 15 turning 16, yeah.
Wow, so it only took you a couple of years.
Yep.
I was reading in this Vibe, which I love this magazine. That's an awesome, what's the matter, you don't like that?
No, I like it. It's very controversial, but I like it.
Why is it controversial?
I mean, because I'm doing something that rappers have never done before.
And what is that?
And that's like
Be a
being
girl?
very, exactly. Because the stereotypical thing to do being a rapper is to dress down and be hard. And, you know, I wanted to get my message across that you can be a lady, you can be sexy, you can throw in a bikini, you can throw in a sweatsuit and still be fly. And just not have to, you know, be dressed as a guy to be.
Fast forward a few years, and Jay-Z's career was skyrocketing. With his rising fame, people began to scrutinize him more closely, especially when it came to his relationships with women. Whispers started circulating about his interactions with some of the younger women in his circle, raising eyebrows and sparking curiosity. This included his dynamic with Foxy Brown, leading many to question if Jay-Z was more than just a mentor to her. Was their relationship purely professional, or was there something more personal happening behind the scenes?
It's just that our point of view is so strong that it can't be ignored, you know what I mean? It's like an ordinary point of view. It's like very controversial. We got to speak about it. Yeah, because Foxy, she's a baby. She listens. She's tough, you know what I mean? She's extremely. She's a brat. She listens to me.
Let's not forget that at the time, Foxy was still a teenager, while Jay-Z was already in his late 20s. The power dynamic between them was undeniable, which adds another layer to the story. Now, I'm not here to say anything definitive about what might have happened, but the rumors were definitely swirling. Things took a dramatic turn in 2001 when Jay-Z's rival Nas dropped the infamous diss track Ether. In it, Nas didn't hold back, throwing major shade at Jay-Z with the line "Foxy got you hot 'cause you kept your face in her box." It was a direct hit, and that line left many speculating if it was a clue to something more going on behind the scenes. But the real question remains what exactly happened and how much of it is true.
Allegedly a romantical thing. It's all right, I'll say alleged, but we know.
Couldn't just sit down and mope and feel sorry for myself. I had to get up, like I always say. So what's wrong? He was like, nah, boo, you just still looking like yourself. Like, ain't nothing changed. You ain't fucked up. You ain't looking creepy. Like, you still looking like Fox. Like, tried to really get me. They tried to really get me in jail, and I had to fight and fight.
In 2010, Foxy Brown dropped a track called Let 'Em Know, and in it, she seemingly confirmed many suspicions. She rapped "They said I F'd you" with Nas, and now they say it's Arizona, but on the low, the real NA was Jay-Z. That one line had everyone talking. While Foxy didn't spell everything out, it was clear who she was referring to. This only fueled speculation about whether there was more to their relationship than just music. And if there was, just how deep did it go? But that's where things started getting messy. Fast forward to 2024, and Jay-Z has been hit with some serious allegations. A lawsuit was filed accusing him of assaulting a 13-year-old girl back in 2000. Yes, you heard that right, minus 13 years old. The suit alleges that Jay-Z forced himself on the girl after the MTV Video Music Awards. Jay-Z has, of course, denied these claims, but the accusations have brought a new level of scrutiny to his past relationships and actions. This lawsuit has people looking back and questioning Jay-Z's relationships with young women, and it inevitably ties back to Foxy Brown. If the allegations in the lawsuit are true, it raises serious concerns about Jay-Z's relationship with Foxy when she was just a teenager. Was she just another girl caught in Jay-Z's web, or was she manipulated by someone with immense power in the industry?
This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he's with a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted by both men at a Video Music Awards after party in 2000. In a blistering statement, Jay-Z accuses Jane Doe's attorney of trying to blackmail him. He said further, quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree?"
To make matters worse, this lawsuit doesn't appear to be an isolated incident. It's forcing people to re-examine Jay-Z's entire history with women, particularly his relationships with younger girls. And let's be honest, this isn't the first time his behavior has come into question. Adding to the drama, a 31-year-old man named Ramir Satterthwaite has recently come forward with his own story, which only deepens the controversy surrounding Jay-Z. The allegations and the timeline are making people reconsider everything they thought they knew about the rap mogul's past. Ramir Satterthwaite has been fighting for years to prove that Jay-Z is his biological father. His late mother, Wanda, claimed that she became pregnant with Ramir when she was just 16 years old after a brief encounter with Jay-Z. This revelation has added yet another layer to the growing scrutiny around Jay-Z's past relationships, especially with younger women, and has fueled ongoing debates about the rapper's history and character. It is both heartbreaking and frustrating to see Ramir Satterthwaite facing years of unanswered questions and resistance. Speaking to the Daily Mail, Ramir said, "Mr. Carter responds to allegations with such deflection and attacks. Let that sink in. Here's a man who has spent his entire life trying to uncover the truth about his identity, only to encounter avoidance and deflection from Jay-Z."
I wouldn't know how he's feeling. Like I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind. But I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person knows and thinking about it and stuff like that. I really don't know. So my mom did tell me she went in there, got a paternity test, and it just basically I could say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that wasn't, what can I say?
For Ramir, this battle isn't about money, fame, or drama. It's about uncovering the truth. He's been fighting this uphill battle for over a decade, and he's no longer the only one questioning Jay-Z's past. According to his late mother, Wanda, she had a brief relationship with Jay-Z in 1992 when she was just 16 years old, and he was 22. At the time, Wanda was also in an on-again, off-again relationship with another man, Robert Graves, but she always insisted that Jay-Z was Ramir's biological father. Wanda even took steps to prove it, but the truth has remained elusive. Ramir's frustration is palpable. Despite years of effort, he remains stuck in limbo with no clear answers. To make matters worse, his mother, Wanda, passed away before she could see any closure on this matter. Now, Ramir is pushing harder than ever for the truth, and the deeper he digs, the more questions arise about Jay-Z's past. This story goes far beyond allegations about Foxy Brown. It's about a man searching for the truth in a world filled with deflections and silence. And just when you think the tension couldn't get any thicker, the spotlight shifts to Jay-Z's relationship with Beyoncé. Publicly, we know they got together when Beyoncé was 19, making their debut as a couple at an Armani exhibition. But when you take a closer look at the timeline of their relationship, some things begin to look a little questionable, sparking further intrigue and speculation about Jay-Z's past behavior and choices.
Like that, I really want to know. So my mom did tell me she went in there and filed a fraternity test, and it just, basically I can say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that wasn't, what can I say, we didn't have enough information to push the case. That's what I basically can say. We didn't have enough information to keep the case going. So it was a big case to me because, I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than.
According to reports and photos, Jay-Z and Beyoncé first met in late 1997 when Beyoncé was just 16 and Jay-Z was already 28. While there's no solid proof of anything inappropriate happening during that time, it does make you stop and think for a moment, doesn't it? The math doesn't quite add up in the way one might expect. Naturally, this has raised eyebrows over the years. With Jay-Z's history of connections to younger women now under intense scrutiny, it's no surprise that people are starting to view his past relationships through a very different lens. The questions surrounding his behavior and the recurring power dynamics make this story even harder to ignore. Let's dive into Foxy Brown's response to all of this. After years of keeping quiet, she's finally spoken out, and she definitely didn't hold back. Foxy took to Instagram to deny the rumors about her signing an NDA with Jay-Z. In a bold post, she wrote, "Ain't a MF alive that could stop my story. NDA on my story's gonna run 100 mil."
I got a bunch of comments on that video saying that Beyoncé was underage when her and Jay-Z started dating. They have a 12-year age gap, and in an interview, Beyoncé said that they met when she was 18 but didn't start dating till a year and a half later when she was 19. But Jay-Z did an interview with Charlie Rose saying they met 10 years ago, which would have been 1997, which would have made her underage.
But it didn't stop there. After the lawsuit news broke, Foxy posted a cryptic message that made people even more curious. One post showed a black screen with the word "wait" and an embarrassed-looking emoji. It seemed like Foxy was bracing herself for the truth to finally come to light. Some believe it was her way of distancing herself from the ongoing drama, but whatever her intention, it's clear she's feeling some type of way about everything going on. This isn't the first time Foxy Brown has had to defend herself from wild rumors. Back in 2013, she was furious when a blog, MediaTakeout.com, spread a completely false story about her, which she vehemently denied. According to the rumor, Foxy Brown allegedly attended a baby shower and went on a public rant about Jay-Z, claiming he had been with transsexuals and had given her an STD. Foxy was livid and hit back hard, calling the allegations the most disgusting and disrespectful she had ever encountered. In response, she reached out to TMZ, threatening legal action. She told them, "The atrociousness of this story sickens me to my stomach, and everyone involved will be contacted by my attorney." Foxy made it crystal clear that the malicious story had been fabricated with ill intentions, and she was not about to let anyone tarnish her name. But the situation took another twist when someone who allegedly went to school with Foxy jumped into the conversation, adding even more fuel to the fire. The plot thickened when a person from Foxy Brown's past revealed some wild details, claiming that Jay-Z used to pick Foxy up from school when they were friends. This source also mentioned that Foxy attended several schools, including John Dewey, BCA, and even Westinghouse night classes. Interestingly, the person added that Biggie also used to pick her up, but Jay-Z was always a regular presence. The source made it clear that everyone knew Foxy and Jay-Z were an item at the time. Despite these revelations, Foxy has always been outspoken, but her silence on certain matters leaves people wondering if there's more to the story that she's not sharing, at least not yet. As if the drama surrounding Foxy Brown, Jay-Z, and their rumored relationship couldn't get any more complicated, even Nick Cannon decided to dig deeper into the situation. During an episode of his YouTube show, Cannon Class, he discussed a range of topics, but things took an intense turn when he steered the conversation toward Foxy Brown. In an interesting turn of events, when Nick Cannon asked about Foxy Brown's relationship with Jay-Z, particularly regarding her age when she signed her record deal, Dame Dash, who was closely tied to Jay-Z during the Rockefeller days, didn't exactly jump to answer. Instead, Dame quickly deflected the question, brushing it off as something to ask Jay-Z himself. He claimed he wasn't very involved in Foxy's career, but given the close-knit nature of their inner circle, it's hard to believe that explanation fully. This exchange only fueled further curiosity and speculation about what really went on behind the scenes, especially when it came to Foxy's career and her connection with Jay-Z. Nick Cannon didn't let Dame Dash off the hook easily. He followed up by suggesting that Jay-Z and Foxy might have been involved when she was just 16 years old. Although Nick was careful with his phrasing, it was clear he was hinting at something deeper than just a mentor-mentee relationship. He pointed out that the music industry isn't always as straightforward as it seems, especially when it comes to young artists. His words implied that there could have been more to their connection, and he certainly didn't make it sound like he was solely referring to their professional relationship. This only added fuel to the ongoing speculation about the nature of their relationship. Instead of denying anything, Dame Dash pushed the question right back to Jay-Z, offering no confirmation or denial of Nick's insinuations. The fact that he didn't shut it down speaks volumes. It's as if he's leaving room for interpretation. More likely, though, Dame didn't want to get involved in a conversation that could attract a lot of attention and heat, especially considering the sensitive nature of the topic. His non-response only fuels speculation and leaves the door wide open for further questions about the true nature of Jay-Z and Foxy's relationship.
I asked just one question, totally separate but semi-related, and it just goes back early on. At what age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
Yeah, but that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know
Stop
you
putting
didn't. I'm
me
just
in
asking a
You keep
question.
asking because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss.
I wasn't. Oh, now I'm the boss.
I've always given you the credit as a
What I'm
boss.
saying is, bro, I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I'm just asking.
What do I got to do with Foxy Brown?
That's why I said it's a whole separate related question, Dave.
What do I have to do with Foxy Brown?
Because the first time I ever heard of Foxy
Singles,
Brown,
so now Dame got something to do with it? Don't beat around the bush. Say what you want
I'm
to say.
just
What do you mean by that question?
I was just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm
when
not
you ask me about
insinuating. I just
Foxy
asked the
Brown?
question.
What makes this whole situation even more compelling is how it connects to everything we already know or suspect about Jay-Z's relationships with younger women. In this case, it's specifically about Foxy Brown, but we can't ignore the broader pattern that seems to be emerging. So, what does all this mean for Jay-Z? We're talking about a man who's built a legacy of success, influence, and power. However, with these lawsuits and accusations resurfacing, people are starting to view him in a completely new light. Jay-Z has managed to maintain his public image for years, but with all these allegations now coming to the forefront, the question is, can he continue to play the perfect husband to Beyoncé and maintain his hip-hop mogul status? The tricky part is that the accusations surrounding Jay-Z and underage girls aren't new, but they've never been this public before.
I just wanted to know.
Hey, Kenyatta,
I'm just asking.
Why you bring that up? What happened with Foxy Brown? I don't know. What were you saying?
I'm asking a question. I'm just asking a question.
All right, you bringing up something, but it ain't to me.
I'm just asking a question.
I don't know. My name is Cousin Bennett, and I ain't in it.
Oh, now you ain't in it.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm just saying.
I promise you, I
thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
What that? Did I sign her? It sounds like you.
All I'm saying is in this industry, when we live in these glass houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Don't ask me his question, bro. I'm not taking it.
I'm not just, okay.
Y'all could keep asking me questions.
We're moving on.
Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him, because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got to do with that, and I don't even know nothing about that. And now I don't even want to remember nothing about that.
You don't want to remember.
I didn't even think about Foxy Brown. I'm like, why you asking me about Foxy Brown? You playing.
I was asking questions. You my man.
I know not with me, but you playing. I know how you do. You playing.
You my man.
I know you're not playing with me.
The thing is, Jay-Z has always been surrounded by whispers, especially about his past relationships with young women. But now that legal action is being taken and people are speaking out, it's becoming harder to ignore. The allegations surrounding Foxy Brown might just be the tip of the iceberg. So, what happens next? Will Foxy decide to reveal more about her relationship with Jay-Z? And how will Jay-Z's reputation hold up against these new accusations? We don't have all the answers yet, but one thing is for sure, people are paying attention now more than ever. But what do you think about this? Is Jay-Z guilty of using his power over young women, including Foxy, or is it just a bunch of rumors being blown out of proportion? One thing is certain, Foxy has been quiet for a while, and it looks like she's ready to speak up and make sure no one rewrites her story. It's going to be interesting to see how this all unfolds. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you believe Foxy, or do you think it's just part of the mess that comes with fame? Don't forget to leave a like, smash that subscribe button, and check out the next video. It's definitely going to be mind-blowing. You do not want to miss it.